We
I like
welcome
that.
back.
Oh, excuse me.
Don't.
I said I like your watch. I like those big numbers.
Well,
on it.
listen. There's a reason for that. It's called you can't see, so it's Timex
Yeah,
makes
I
it.
see that. Well, I don't have any numbers because I can't read the number. I got dots. I see dots all the time, anyhow.
You know who he is, Francis Timothy McCowan.
You left out the Michael.
Francis
Timothy
Michael
McCowan.
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 And that's why we call him Rory Calhoun, because he's got all those other things.
All those initials that come out to Rory Calhoun.
Welcome back to Capitol and to Nebraska. It's marvelous to see you, Mr. Calhoun.
Well, thank you. It's so nice of you to say that.
Well, listen, have you been having to jet back and forth between L.A. and D.C. in order to shoot a lot of the scenes for Capitol?
No, I haven't. I think some of the group are out in Washington right now, but I wasn't included in that. And I think there's been a rumor that we may all be going in September, but no one's confirmed that. So, but I'm holding September open anyhow.
Is that for the big wedding?
Well, the wedding's over.
The wedding has
Yeah,
taken
the
place.
wedding's taken place, and Tyler married Julie, and now everybody's really biting at each other. All the intrigue and the nastiness and the goodness, and it's all, you know, in one big ball and churning around in there like that. And
Well, how
once
is,
in a while, spit something out.
how is Capitol doing in the ratings? Because it was the first soap opera, new soap opera, to come down the pike in about 9 years. So how are you holding up now?
Well, I can only go by the last rating. The last rating was we were in the first 10 of daytime shows. I don't know if that meant soaps or all shows. But as you know, in this business, next week it can change. You can be 12 or 15, and you can go back down to 5. You just, we haven't been on long enough. It's 17 months to really get a flat, you know, a level on it where you know that every week you have X amount of viewers who are going to view your show. And there's a lot of people who are into other shows, and we come in the middle of a half hour.
Yeah.
So we have to come in the middle of an hour show, and it's kind of hard to get people away from a show they like and they've been watching for a number of years to switch over and go to you. But with little luck, we might get some of them.
Yeah, I would think shooting in Washington, D.C. would be fraught with problems because there are demonstrations. You know, everybody is coming to Washington to demonstrate at one time or another. And I understood that you had just shot a series of sequences around the Washington Monument. It was already in the can.
Yeah.
And this was at the time, if you'll recall, not too long ago, where that man was going to bomb, had, you know, supposedly planted a bomb.
And I shot him, I think.
Yeah, in the monument. But the thing is, if they had blown up the monument, you know, how do you people handle that?
Well, me, I don't know. I just don't know. How do you answer something like that? You know, if I was the government, I'd have the guy in the slammer for a long time. As a citizen, I would be irate because it is one of our monuments as an American. And that would upset me, but what can I individually do about it? Go grab the guy and shoot him? I don't think I'd better try that.
How's Carolyn Jones doing?
I don't know. I haven't heard about from Carolyn or about her condition in 2 months. And I have their phone number, and I called there, and the machine says, "This is a machine, but we will get back to you." And so far, nothing. So I don't really know.
Well, I know that she is in a coma, and we just...
I heard that was a rumor.
Yeah. Well, it came out in print. Now, whether that makes it true or not, we're not certain.
I just heard someone talking about it, and they said that
Well,
it had been retracted or something.
But there's the little article. Carolyn Jones said to be in a coma, and also she's suffering from cancer at Los Angeles Hospital. The strange thing about this, you take a character who is now developed. You'll remember Carolyn Jones also from the Addams Family.
Yeah, she played Morticia.
Yeah. You take a character who is developed and developing, and then how difficult is it to replace that character, you know, to still be the same person, but put another actor in there?
Oh, it's awfully tough. Because someone, when you create a role, it's awfully tough for somebody to go in there and try to recreate it because they are used to seeing it a certain way with certain kinds of looks, and your particular personality good or bad, evil or pleasant, injected into it, and someone else would do it in another way, getting the same idea across, but it's a different person doing it. It's difficult.
Yeah. You acted with Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
Could she really act?
I think Marilyn Monroe was really a fine actress, and I'll tell you why, because she had a style that no one else has ever had before or since. And when you heard that breathless thing, people have tried to copy it, and I've seen them try to do it in film. Not the same. She was, you can't just look at Marilyn Monroe as a sex symbol, although that's what she was known for. You know, she was that gal that everybody wanted to keep on the side. You know, but she was a craftsman and knew what she was doing.
How difficult is it to decide when you're given the opportunity to do movie roles how good it's going to be? Like that terrible thing you did, Motel Hell, that came out about a year or so ago. You can't go into it knowing this is going to be awful.
No.
I mean, you can just hope for the best. You take it.
Well,
and say,
no one starts out to make a bad picture. They may have a low budget, but they hope it will, you know, do something. No one starts out to make a bad picture, but unfortunately, sometimes they turn out that way. Motel Hell did quite well at the box office,
Did it?
oddly enough, and it got nothing but raps, you know, from the reviewers, and they didn't like me in it. They still thought I ought to be on a horse instead of playing another character, and that's fine and dandy, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but it did quite well at the box
well,
office.
good. I'm glad something good came of it.
Yeah.
Do you know you have wonderful eyebrows? You have wonderful eyebrows.
Well, they don't come off.
They don't.
Yeah.
Look how dark they are. Your hair is gray, but your eyebrows.
Well, there's
stayed
a lot
dark.
of gray in those eyebrows.
I know, but primarily dark.
Yeah.
Listen, I loved you all.
Don't stop now. Now's when I need you, that I'm old and alone.
Oh, old. You're alone?
Well,
We can work out something.
wait, we're on the air.
Rory Calhoun, what a pleasure. What a pleasure. And may Capital be very successful. We
Thank
look for you every day here on 1011 Strong at 1:30. Capital.
Love it.
Rory Calhoun, thank you.
Thank you.
Please stay with us. 1011 Morning continues.